Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a great day today, and if you're not, I hope that you'll be inspired by something you do, something you hear, or someone that you chat with to just give you that uplift that you need. If you missed my video last night, the January Blues, go back and check it out. Graham and I just sat and chatted about how we get through the January Blues or any of those months that are your low months, and ideas that maybe would help you. You know, we're not giving you the perfect scenario, but hoping that maybe that would give you some incentive, maybe some inspiration, maybe some ideas that, you know, I could do that. I could, maybe I can't do that, but I can do this. And just to reiterate, Graham is on full-time disability. I know some of you know that, some of you might not realize that. So Graham is home 24/7, 7 days a week. Now, that's not to say we don't go out to dinner and we don't go to activities and we go to church and, you know, I don't make the man stay at home. It's not like that. But to paint a picture, he doesn't drive. He cannot have a driver's license. So it's not like he can say, you know what, I feel like just getting out and going to get a cup of coffee at Starbucks. He can't do that. He has to depend on me. I work full-time outside the home. And I can't say to him, hey, while I'm at work, could you run to the grocery store? We need a few things. He can't do that. So the idea of being on disability, the idea of being home all year long, and then the idea of I can't drive, I can't go anywhere. He can't even go out and buy me a Christmas present. So we've adapted our lives to Graham can order online. We can use Instacart. Graham can be here when the orders come in, and he could put those things away. So just to inspire anyone that, for whatever reason, you're basically stuck at home, know that there are alternatives, and I want to encourage you today to know that you can do it. It might take a little ingenuity and a little creativity. And listen, if I can be of any inspiration to you and lend any ideas, I'd be glad to. Leave a comment, shoot me an email. If you'd rather talk with Graham, you can email as well and just say a note for Graham, and he can piggyback on that email. So I just wanted to put that plug in there. And also, just to let you know that, you know, life is tough, and you might see us on this video and think it's, you know, perfect, happy couple, and they're talking about it, and they've gotten through it. I don't know if you saw Graham grab that water bottle, but right before that, you probably would not have noticed, but he was in the beginnings of a seizure, and he gets a little quiver in his mouth, and he could sense it coming on, so he grabbed the water to try and refresh his body, and I kind of jumped in toward the end and did all the talking, and I don't want you to think that I don't let my poor husband chat, but I have to be sensitive to when I know he is going into that seizure, that I need to give him space to relax his body, grab the water, and not have to talk. So just wanted to let you know that, you know, even when we do videos, behind the scenes is, you know, not what it always seems to be. So just not as a woe is me, but to encourage you to know that we just get through stuff. We make it work. We make it happen in spite of. So maybe that'll be just a little incentive to you to say, hey, if they can do something like that, and that means I can do something too. So, do you hear that hissing sound in the background? I know it's probably annoying some of you, and I'm going to get a comment. That noise was too loud. Well, I'm sitting next to my canner, which is right over here, which you saw as I did the quick scan in the beginning of the video. And look at this. Yeah, look at this. I am canning green beans today. So you got to see the pictures in the beginning of the video. And my theme and my title is We All Need a Marilyn and Sharing Food. So welcome to today's collaboration. I am collaborating on TeaTuesday with Jan from New York City Saves Money. Hello, Jan. How are you today? Hope you're staying warm in New York. Jan and I, one day, we are going to grab coffee. We are going to get a BLT sandwich, and we're going to just chat until the wee hours of the morning. I cannot wait for that moment when that comes. But in the meantime, Jan and I are doing lots of collaborations. Check out on Saturday night, there'll be 3 of us doing a collaboration. Stay tuned for that. But today is TeaTuesday. It's a chit-chat kind of day. What are you doing? What are you talking about? What's happening in your world? Any type of collaboration or any type of conversation, any other YouTuber that's out there and wants to jump in, you can do that and you can chat with us. So I wanted to talk about, we all need a Marilyn in our life. Now I had some other video footage and I'm having to redo this because I lost my footage. So I do have some pictures and I'll show you those. Well, obviously I showed you the pictures. I'll also put them on the end because I think they're worth showing. My friend Marilyn, here's the bottom line, okay? Here is the bottom line. My friend Marilyn has a lot of health problems. Hello, Marilyn. I know you're going to be watching this, possibly even from the hospital bed. My friend Marilyn and I have been friends since I'm 12 years old. We have been lifetime friends. Marilyn is the type that would give the shirt off her back. Marilyn was the one to pick me up when I was really having a rough time when I was much younger and felt like, you graduate high school, you don't know where you fit in. I was really down in the dumps, and she said, come on, get in the car, we're going. She took me to a youth event at church and a college and career group, and one thing led to another. That's where I met my husband. Marilyn has been a faithful friend through thick and thin. No matter what, Marilyn has been there. Marilyn continues to be there for me. Here it is. She's sick and has a lot of disabilities, I guess you'd say. She has a lot going on and in and out of the hospital quite often, but when she's not in the hospital, she's giving back to others. She will frequent the food bank, and she seems to hit it well. Like at the end of the day, they have an overflow and they want to get rid of items, and we have created a network. She has someone that gives her food. She then goes to the food bank. She then gathers all the provisions and she divides it amongst friends, anything she cannot use. Some days I get a bag of, a couple cans of soup and maybe a bag of carrots. Other days I might get a dozen eggs or a loaf of bread and some cans of stew or something like that, or chili. And then other days, as you can see in these pictures, and those pictures did not do it justice at all. I wish I had the video footage of the whole scan of everything, but at least you got to see some of it. But Marilyn came and said, I have a few things for you. And when my husband and son went out there, they were like, it's the mother load. So Marilyn came and Marilyn brought us food. And why I say we all need a Marilyn in our life is because Marilyn shares what she gets. I know some people are saying there's shortages, and I know some people tend to think differently than me, and hey, that's okay. You have your own opinion, you have your own family to worry about, you have your own circumstances that surround you. But here's my thing. If I'm going to be the type of person that hoards, hang on one second. I'm going to just grab something here. If I'm going to be the type of person that hoards and says, no, this is mine, you're not getting any, what kind of a neighbor and a friend would I be? So Marilyn gave me this bounty of food, and I think we had 9 or 10 bags of pancake mix. Now, Jan from New York City and I have talked about how many things you can do with pancake mix. But honestly, my freezer is full. I have some in the pantry already. I already had my own stuff. I kept one bag. How many bags and how many things can I honestly keep? Now, some of you would say, well, you can do this, you can vacuum seal it, you can long-term food storage. I totally get it, and I totally understand. For me, I have to do what I feel is right for me, and I need to be a Marilyn. I need to share with others. I don't want to be the type to just hoard it. It does something to my spirit to say I'm not willing to share. I've talked about the golden rule, do unto others. And if I could get Jan a box of these goodies up to her place, I would do that. And Jan knows that I would do that. But I can't reach Jan right now, but I can reach others. We have a friend who runs a, I guess you'd say like a halfway home, and they're in need of some food for the guys. So we have put together, I'm looking over here, I have 2 boxes of canned goods and 2 bags. I have some fresh oranges, pancake mix, peanut butter jelly, oatmeal. I forget what else is in there, but we've got some stuff for them. I've got some stuff put aside for my mom. My mom has a friend that gets items, gives it to my mom. My mom then in turn takes what she wants, she gives it to me. And again, I then take some of those items, I give it to Marilyn or whoever else needs it. we have this network of sharing food. The coolest thing ever. Like, who would have ever thought I can only use so much of each item? There's only 3 people in my house. I know, again, I'm going to say it. I know some of you are like, Lynn, you're crazy. You got to stockpile all of this. I will be talking about that on a later video. And I take my husband's advice, do everything decently and in order. Do I do that? No. I just said to my husband, our house is not in order the way I want it to be. Things are not in order, and I'm working on that. My theme, as you know, this year, I talked about my theme is making my house more of a home and not just a house to live in. Doing things decently and in order, creating that environment, and so on and so forth. I can feel my phone buzzing. It's driving me crazy. Here's my friend Marilyn, right now. Right now, Marilyn said to me, Marilyn, if you're listening, I'm reading your message. I'll be over at your house on Thursday. I have some food for you. There we go, honey. More food coming on Thursday.
Oh boy.
So I have no idea what we're going to get, but it's kind of exciting to see. Be a Marilyn. Be a Marilyn. Don't hoard everything you have. Listen, whether it's food, maybe you have just enough food, but maybe you have clothing. Maybe you have shoes. How many shoes do you need? And you know somebody needs shoes, or maybe you have an extra winter coat you can share. Maybe you have a kitchen table. Somebody needs a kitchen table and you have a spare one in your basement. I don't know. Keep your ears open and your eyes open and give to your neighbor. Look out for each other. You know, there's something to be said for looking out for each other and taking care of your fellow man. There are people that don't have anybody. There are people, and maybe you're one of them. You don't have family and you don't have a lot of friends. But what would it be if somebody came knocking on your door with a bag of food? So here's my challenge to you. You ready? Okay, challenge of the day. I want you to grab 5 items from your stockpile, 5 items maybe from your pantry, 5 items that you could spare. Do you have an extra can of soup? Yeah, I could probably spare that. How about a can of tuna? Yeah, probably could do that. How about a can of vegetables? You know what? I think I could do that. You have a box of pancake mix? No, I don't have that. Well, what do you have? What kind of things do you have? I want you to pick 5 items that you could share with a neighbor or a friend to help them start a stockpile. How cool would that be if you know of somebody that, you know, is really stuck and is really having a hard time financially, or maybe you've had a conversation and they're like, a stockpile, a pantry, I can't afford to do that. I barely get through each week. I want you to take 5 items. We talked about how to start a stockpile on $5. Pick 5 items. They don't have to be the elite, the best of the best. That would be better if you could. I don't care what it is. 5 items to help somebody start a stockpile. Would that not be cool? And turn around and give it to someone. Now, maybe you have no one. Maybe there's absolutely nobody that you have that you can do this. Still take your 5 items, go to the local food bank, go to the local grocery store. Our grocery store has a box for the pantry items, and put it in the food bank pantry box. I'm telling you, there's something about giving back to somebody else. There's something about not being selfish. That as hard as it is to, I don't want to give up my stuff, but when you give it, you are blessed by it. So I want to challenge you to be a blessing. I want you to challenge you to be a Marilyn and to give to others. And I want you to challenge you to take 5 items today and give it to your neighbor, give it to someone to start a stockpile, donate it to the food bank. Make it a habit, you know, when you get a few extra things and you're like, you know what? It would be nice to give to somebody else who doesn't have. Because someday that person might be you, and you will be blessed when somebody else shares with you. What did I do with all the extra food, Marilyn? I am canning green beans. I'll end up with about, I want to say 12 pints. And a couple of quarts here of green beans from the pictures of what you saw. Marilyn's like, what are you going to do with all these green beans? I'm going to can them. So goodbye for today. Welcome to Tuesday's Tea, or TeaTuesday. I got to look up what the right name is, but you know what I mean, a collaboration. Go over and check Jan from New York City. I will link it in the description below. She had a fantastic message today to share. I gave her an amen with an exclamation mark and told her to preach it. She was so inspiring today. If you are not having a good day, or if you're having a good day, either way, if you just need a little bit more inspiration, check out Jan's channel today on TeaTuesday. You're going to love it. See you next time on the next video.